10, 9, 9, 8, 8, 7, 7, 6, 6, 5, 5, 4, 4, 3, 3, 2, 2, 1, 1.
Welcome to the podcast from Ground Up Productions with host Lady Miz and Ray. This is a universal platform, and there is nothing off limits. We talk about it all, and we keep it real. This is a no judgment zone, so come as you are. If you are a professional, entertainer, author, comedian, entrepreneur, or just someone who wants to get something off their chest, well, let your voice be heard here on From the Ground Up Productions. Sponsorship and other opportunities are available from the Ground Up Productions. Turning nothing into something. There's only one way to go from here. And now, here are your hosts, Lady Miz and Ray.
Yeah, y'all. What's up, y'all? What's poppin', y'all? This Monday, y'all. What's good, y'all? Oh my God, listen, I don't even know. I feel like I'm kind of exhausted. You know what I'm saying? You over there sitting there looking all and collective. But anyway, what's good, everybody? We are back in full effect. Happy Monday. It's your girl, Lady Miz, and my co-host.
It's Ray. What's up?
And you are tuned in to From the Ground Up Productions, and there is only one way to go from here. So, what's good, everybody? If you come in live, please share this live. Today, we are actually going to be talking about, if y'all don't already see the topic. What's the topic?
How to talk to your sex about, or how do you talk to your kids about sex?
Absolutely.
In a comfortable way.
Absolutely. What's good, King Charlie Prince? How are you? Make sure you share this live. Our lives now, we are really trying to go into focusing more on audio than anything else, because we will be uploading this to Spotify, to iHeartRadio, to TuneIn, to Pandora, to Google, and a few other places. So we're really going to be focusing on audio over anything else, but we always want to still keep that visual for those who do want to come check in and chop it up with us. But anyway. And what are the other platforms that it's going to be on besides that? I named a few of them. Oh,
shit. Let me say off the top. I know Spotify, Apple, Google, iHeartRadio,
Pandora, and TuneIn. I think that's
it.
Right, because we're going to keep it, even though that's kind of spreading it a little bit. I think a little bit, because there's some people saying focus on a couple, so the numbers, but I really just want to be able to reach whoever's watching what. I'm not focusing on all that right now. We're still in the building process. So,
what's up, King?
Yes, what's good? So anyway, today, like I told y'all, we're going to be talking about how to talk to your kids about sex and make that conversation not an uncomfortable conversation. You know what I mean? Because I know, listen, just real quick, the other day, not the other day, how long ago? It was
about a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah, we definitely was talking to our kids. Well, not our kids, because our other ones are older, but we was talking to our son, who is 12, about sex. So again, sometimes you're having these conversations, you don't know what they already know. And then you know, but you want to make sure that you can teach them certain things so that they are they're getting the education from you and not the streets. You know what I mean? So I think that that's the most important part with everything. Yeah. So I'll let you start it off, right?
Well, I would say the best way to do this is to make sure you get ahead of it before your kids' friends do, because you know. These kids nowadays just be talking and not really knowing. I think they take sex as a competition to see who can do it first. You know?
I think we all been there before, because I know,
especially guys, it's a competition.
I know for a fact that I have, back in the day, I used to lie about being a virgin. I used to tell people I wasn't when I was. I wanted everybody to think that I was having sex because I didn't want to feel like the outcast. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like everybody was doing it but me. You know what I mean? But it's funny because, and not for nothing, because this is adult conversation, but unfortunately the ones who were having sex before me was considered the hoes. You know what I'm saying? Because look, it was what it was, you know. But the sad part about it is, even though I wasn't physically having sex and I was associating myself with people like that,
Yo, what you
birds of a
company you
feather
keep? Yeah.
flock together, right? So I didn't want to say it, but I know people was looking at me like I was a hoe. I was like, I ain't even did nothing yet. You know what I'm saying? And it's sad, but it's the truth. You know what I mean? But it is what it is. You know what's good, people. When you come in, make sure you share this live, and if you can, go over to our YouTube page and make sure y'all tune in there as well. I keep forgetting to go over there. My damn self. I keep saying that. But so anyway, I just want to tell everybody that our shows again will be on Spotify, iHeartRadio, TuneIn, Pandora. What's the other one?
You said Spotify, Apple, Spotify, TuneIn, Pandora. I think one of them is the overseas one. I think it's called Danza or something.
Deezer. Yes, Deezer.
The one for overseas.
Right. So yeah, it will be on all of those platforms, and not to mention, can't forget that we will also be on Grind City TV Network. Our podcast will play there on Thursdays at 11 a.m. So if you missed it this time, you could catch it there, or you could catch it on all of the other streaming platforms where you can listen in. Now, let's get into the rest of the conversation about this, because I wrote a few things down.
Title. I didn't see them on. It may be there. I don't remember. I gotta look. I gotta make sure, because Title might be one of them.
Right.
Napster still out? I didn't know Napster.
I don't know, but I feel like I don't want to go too crazy with trying to put it like on 1,000 places. I'm gonna pick the places that I think are most popular. I'm not sure how Title is, but I'm just focusing on that. And King Charlie Prince, I don't know if you got a chance to listen to let me know if the stuff that I sent you. Please let me know if everything was on track. So anybody that's tuned in right now, I just want to tell you this because we didn't get deeply into our topic yet. When you're doing a track with somebody and you have Pro Tools and someone else has Dawn, what is it that you got? Logic. When you send someone the track, you got to know how to properly send it, which I haven't figured out yet. So when you send someone the track and they get it, it's going to make the other person sound like they're like not on beat. Everything doesn't come in the way it's supposed to in place. So it takes things off place. So with that being said, make sure you guys do some research on that so you know how to properly look it up on YouTube or whatever on how to properly put your stuff in order. Now let's get into this topic. Now, anyway, I think that, again, like I said, what do you think, Ray, is the best time to talk to your kids about sex?
I'm gonna tell you this honestly. I think it's as soon as kids understand what their private area is, and I say that because if you don't tell them when letting them know about their private area, that horny rapists in your family that everybody always tries to hide will be the one teaching them. So you want to be able to let your kids know that, and you got to do it age level. Like, this area is not to be touched, Right.
So my main thing is, what is the proper age to do that?
I said as soon as kids understand their private area, so that they can understand if somebody touches that area, they know to come to you, know?
Okay.
So that would be my opinion on it. As soon as they understand, hey, this area is not to be touched by nobody.
Okay, all right. So I would say sex. I would say I guess I can understand where you're coming from. So for me, I would say probably around the age of maybe 5 or 6, and I wouldn't say deeply getting into, because I know somebody might say what, but it's about understanding, like you said, the private areas, what should and shouldn't be touched, because a lot of times you have some kids that have been molested or sexually abused, and even and mainly by, this happens a lot with family,
and they
family,
hide.
and sometimes I know people who dad molested them. You understand? It's deep and it's crazy, but a lot of times people don't want to talk about it, but we got to talk about it, because if we don't, that's why we have a lot of people that have a lot of mental health issues. So yes, getting to that, I believe that you should let your kids know, at least by the age of like 5, 6, you should start talking to them about, this part, like the proper names for their body parts. You should start telling them like people should not touch you here, and you should, let me know. This is why it's important to build a relationship with your kids so that they can feel comfortable with coming to you and telling you, because a lot of times, like, kids are afraid. You hear a lot of kids say a lot of times, like, I don't want to tell. I thought people would be mad at me, or I didn't know how to say it, or I thought I was wrong. And sometimes even, and Oprah said this, don't quote me on it, but it is a sad truth that some of these kids that have been molested, they tend to start enjoying the feeling and they feel guilty about that, right? So look, I want to make it clear, please. I'm not promoting that. I'm just saying that sadly, some kids, it is like that. They start to enjoy it, so they don't really speak up on it and stuff. So this is important for us to really address these issues and things. Now, the sex education, look, we had a pandemic, right? So at the end of the day, when you're talking about a pandemic, how many of y'all are at home now saying, I need the sexual education is something that they do have in school? However, they teach it in school, but now you got to be the teacher. So are you teaching your kids about this? Because don't act like don't think that kids ain't going to get bored, especially sitting in the house and going to want to go out there and do whatever. I'm trying to use the right terms, but I'm just saying.
It's all about also being comfortable with your kids. You got to make sure you got to be comfortable too, because your kids won't be comfortable with it if you're not.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. So it's all about being comfortable with it, because how I talk with and I say it just what it is,
Right.
He go and tell on me.
Listen. I talk to my kids. I've spoken. I thought that I was talking to my daughter for the first time when she was young about sex, and I was telling her I was like no holds barred with it. Like, I'm really not one of them parents that sit there and try to have. I want to be proper. I will use all the street codes and street names that they say in the street, so that when she hear it coming in from the street, or because she's older now, but when I know if someone was to say it, it wouldn't be a shock to her. It wouldn't be like, what are they talking about? I wanted her to know the lingo, and all of that stuff, so that she doesn't feel outcasted, that somebody else could just start teaching her the way they wanted it. You know what I mean?
So why would I use the words around? I see you look at me like, yo, what are you doing?
Well, because sometimes it's you. I'm not even gonna go there with you. Like, you will be on a whole nother level with it. You know what I'm saying? But I'm just saying, for me, I feel that you shouldn't be too careful. Be careful, but not overly careful, because then you might not get your point across. Now let's talk about STDs, right? STDs. Let me turn that up a little bit. There we go. STDs is something that you got to talk about with your kids, right? Thank you, King Charlie Pitts. I'm glad you like my verse. I don't know when you put that there. I just seen it just now. Yes. I wrote a list of STDs. I thought that was off, but whatever. I wrote a list of STDs because guess what? How many of you parents out there actually talk to your kids about STDs? A lot of them don't know. And this is the thing. We so busy still worried about the coronavirus. There's still mad other things out there that can harm you, that can kill you, that can affect your health. Yep. So you do have to talk about these other things too. You know what I mean? So I had to actually, I hate to sound ignorant with this, I had to actually go and Google some things so that I put a list. Like I said a list of STDs. So this is just a reminder to tell y'all, don't forget to talk to your kids about gonorrhea, because it's more than just a coronavirus out there. Gonorrhea. HIV, okay? Chlamydia, herpes. Now, hepatitis was on there. I did not know. Is that because I hate to say the wrong thing, and I never thought that hepatitis was a sexually transmitted disease. I don't know. Do anybody out there know if hepatitis is a sexually transmitted disease? I have no idea, but it was on the list. HPV, human, and I hope I say this right, papillonian virus. Papilloma virus.
I think
so. Now, I'm going to tell y'all a little story about this HPV. I don't personally trust it, just like I ain't going to trust the vaccine they coming out with for this coronavirus, okay? HPV is something that they was offering to the kids. Now, I know at one point that my daughter got the first one because they were like, oh, it's going to protect you against cervical cancer, right? So I was like, oh, wow. Because first I was going through issues with my health because I had endometriosis, right? So I was like, damn. And just so people know, because somebody's probably like, what the hell is that? Let me address that now. Endometriosis, and I'll try to say it in the most politeful way that I can. I was having very bad menstrual cramps. And what happens is it's like tissue that grows inside of the uterus and it starts to grow outside of the uterus. It can grow up your legs and up your back and cause so much pain. And you can have heavy bleeding. And I mean, the pain is be out of this world. I was taking all types of freaking every painkiller that they be popping in the street. I was taking it for pain and it still wasn't helping. So eventually I had to get a procedure to help me get rid of that. So, but yeah, they were saying that the HPV vaccine helps you against did I say that right? HPV, yeah, helps you against that HPV, the how you say it? Papilloma virus, yeah, HPV. I'm gonna say HPV. They were saying that it helps protect you against that. I'm totally messing up the words. But
okay, I got real quick though. I could tell you. Karen said hepatitis is a blood disease. Ray Fortune, hep can be transferred through sex, fecal matter, or blood. King Charlie Princess said, "How the hell you pronounce the words?"
Yo, it's crazy. It's crazy. Big shout out. Let me just shout out to Karen on the check-in, King Charlie Prince, Ray Fortune. You know what I'm saying? And King Charlie Prince and Ray Fortune are artists, so make sure you guys go check them out. King Charlie Prince is a veteran in the game. Ray Fortune is the newbie in the game, I'll say. You know what I'm saying? So we got all different type of levels on here. So make sure you guys go check out those two artists. And make sure you check out Karen's artist, his name is Sedan. He's from Queens, another dope artist. Make sure you guys share this live right now to wherever and to whoever. So now, back to what I was saying. So we got the HPV vaccine, I had read up on it and they were saying, don't give your kids that vaccine. It's going to cause mad issues and mad problems, etc. So they were basically saying you really should focus on staying away from that. Kind of like this fucking coronavirus, right? So I decided not to continue to give my daughter that vaccine because I think it came in 3, right?
Yep.
Didn't it come in 3?
Yep.
It was like, you got to get it in a series of 3. So I'm not telling people what to do. But I'm just saying, for me, I don't trust it. I do not trust it. Point blank. That's it. And I don't know what they have out there for boys, but I know that there's
the same thing now.
Oh, they still got the
they
same
give
thing?
they give it the same to boys now.
Okay, because they said for women, and see, this is why we got to be careful with the little trick, the play of words.
Yep.
Because if they told us cervical cancer, then what is it protecting boys from? Do anybody know? If you know, please put it in the chat so I can say it.
Testicular. Let me make sure I get the word testicular cancer.
Oh, I don't even know.
Cancer in their nuts.
Oh, damn. Well, there you go. Okay. So let me just go on more with these other diseases. So you got syphilis, bacterial vaginitis. I don't even know what that is. I'm about to say. But whatever. Please forgive me, y'all. I don't know how to pronounce some of these things. Trichomoniasis. It just got an IS on it. I don't know, y'all. But these are listen, if you got kids, look, if you don't know, like, I don't know some of these things, look them up. Shit, because we should be understanding this.
What up, Godson?
What's good, Godson in the building? I see Detroit on the check-in. That's what I'm talking about. We're talking about diseases, y'all, and if there's certain things that we could talk to about our kids and when is the right time. Now, there's also, did y'all forget about the famous crabs? You know what I'm saying? Did y'all forget about the famous crabs? Y'all got so hooked on bed bugs because bed bugs it took over, but there's crabs too. Don't forget. Matter of fact, do anybody? I mean, I'm not trying to be funny, but shit, do people still get crabs? Because I haven't heard nobody talk about that yet.
Who talks about it?
I mean, roaches is still popping and bed bugs is still popping, but what happened to the crabs, though?
I don't know if anybody's gonna properly brag about that.
Like, y'all had crabs. I don't know. I'm just saying, like, what the hell happened to the crabs, and not saying that they should be coming back like, yo, where the crabs at? I'm just saying, yo, I don't hear people talking about that as much. You hear other diseases, and when new ones come on the scene, it's like the other ones fade out, right?
Yeah.
Like ain't nobody even talking about AIDS now. It's all coronavirus. So it's just crazy. And then you got mono, y'all. Mono can be transferred in other ways, but mono is also something that you could talk about. Let's see what Karen got to say here. Karen said, you want to read her comment?
Yeah, HPV can lead to cervical cancer. Men don't usually get symptoms or illness, but they get pimples and spread it.
Oh, wow. Okay. Okay,
Yeah, that's
see,
news to me.
So sure. Okay, so that's what I'm saying.
I'm still not letting my son get that vaccine though.
No, I don't trust the vaccine, y'all. And matter of fact, next week we're actually going to be having a few people on, and we're going to be discussing the vaccine. So make sure y'all check in for that. We want anybody that's willing to participate in that conversation. Let me know. We'll bring you on screen, and we will talk about it. Now let's talk about protection. Right?
Yeah.
We're going to talk about protection. I already had the conversation with my son about wearing condoms. I don't think he's having sex yet. I mean, because he don't go nowhere. He's in the house with us. You know what I'm saying? And he's 12. And not to be putting him out there like that. You know what I'm saying? He probably upstairs listening like, or maybe not. I don't know. But the whole point is, we still had the conversation with him. Like, yo, do you know what the condom? I gave him a condom. And the reason that I gave my son a condom at the age of 12 is because I don't want him to ever feel like it's a embarrassing thing to have.
Yeah.
What I told him was the person who don't carry the condom should be embarrassed. You know what I'm saying? It's about changing the narrative, you know what I mean, of how things are. Changing the way people look at things, because everyone tends to look at things in an embarrassing way instead of saying, hold up, you know, especially our people, they make fun of every damn thing. Some of these things you shouldn't be making fun of. You got to embrace these things because a lot of these things can actually protect you. So you shouldn't feel ashamed and you shouldn't feel embarrassed. Now, if you're a person or if you're a kid and what are you doing to protect yourself? Because sex can end up to having other kids that you can't take care of, or it can end up to you having diseases that you can't get rid of, that you can spread to other people, and possibly it can take your life. Especially in a time now where we're in a pandemic, we want to make sure that our health is in good standing. So if you get sick and your body's already fighting something, then you're more, your body's more weak and probably can't fight things off. It's already fighting something else. This is why it's important to keep your immune system up.
Also let most people know some of these, even though a few of them can be cleared up with a penicillin or some kind of drug to help clear it up, some of them can't. You might get something that's permanent.
Yep, exactly
outside of having a kid.
Exactly. That's what I'm talking about. So now let's talk about kids.
I agree with you, Karen.
Oh.
You know what? I think the same way. She's saying she offered to buy her kids condoms when they were teens. Yep. I'd rather them get it from me than find it from somebody else.
Yes. And you should do that. That's what I'm saying. Like you have to get your kids comfortable with getting it from you. Because let's say they ain't got no money, they ain't got no job, they're living at home. How you gonna get the condoms?
Yep.
And then I also told my son, don't even take no condoms from nobody else. You don't know who's poking holes in them. You know what I mean? You never know. Like you hear these basketball players and stuff where they get caught up. I got a story to tell y'all. I'm going to tell a story, but I ain't going to say no name. Okay? Oh, shit. Here we go. Now, I said I'm not going to say no name. So if this person ever came across this, they can never say that I disrespected them. This lady that I know told me that she got pregnant with her daughter. Her daughter is a beautiful daughter. Okay? Italian lady. I'm sorry. I'm just putting it out there. She told me, like, look, she was messing around with a married man. This guy, and she fell in love with him. She said that he wouldn't leave his wife. So she was cool with a doctor. And she went to the doctor and told the doctor that she wanted to have his baby. She said the doctor actually helped her and guided her on how she could trap this man. And he gave her some type of sterilized tube to get the cum. Okay, is there what other word can I use to not make it? Bucket is cum. Okay, so she gave him. She gave him the doctor gave her a sterilized tube and told her when she has sex with the guy, even though he's wearing a condom, to take that condom and take it off and insert it in her or something. I forgot whatever, or put it in the tube, and then when he leave, take it and put it inside of her. And she said that when she got pregnant. And I hope I didn't mess the story up. But she said when she got pregnant and she went to the doctor and then told the guy, like, look, this is your baby. He was like, no way, because he knew he was extra careful. And she was laughing. She was like, he could not believe it. And when we did the blood test, he still couldn't figure it out. But she said, I knew a doctor that told me exactly how to get this man's I'm trying to use another word.
Semen.
Yeah, semen. There we go. I was trying to. I couldn't think of
semen.
He told her how to get her semen and how to keep it sterile or active or whatever you want to call it, and she inserted it in her and got herself pregnant. You know what I mean? And the whole point of this is, listen, fellas, guys, watch out. If you have sons, you know what I mean? You never know if you blow up, if you're a basketball player, football player, a rapper, whatever, you hit the damn lotto, it don't even matter.
Man, they're doing it to people on McDonald's now, you know?
If they think they could get a child support check or anything, you never know what the situation
is. Give a damn what
be.
your job is. If somebody like you enough, they're going to try to have a kid by
Absolutely. So what are you going to do in a situation like that? You have to make sure that you protect yourself. Don't have nobody giving you no condoms. Don't even trust the girl that tell you, oh, I got the condoms.
Shit, that goes both ways. Don't trust the guy too, because he could.
That's true. He might try to get the girl pregnant. You know what I mean? Yo, guys, take the condom off, tie it up, flush that bitch down the toilet, and make sure it's all good, and get rid of all of that. Do not leave none of that around. Okay, she might be wanting to keep it. Don't let her try to gas you up and tell her that she want to put it on her face to get rid of the laughing lines and the wrinkles and shit. Because y'all know they be talking about that. They be saying that you didn't hear about that before? Are you telling me y'all never heard that they said that the semen is good for the face? I'm going to tell you, when I use like certain serums and stuff that they be having for the face and it looks like that, I don't even want to put it on my face, because in my mind, I'm like, yo, who didn't you know what I'm saying? I don't know if somebody just jerked off and then put that in there. Excuse my language. How we get to this conversation. But this is the uncomfortable conversations that sometimes you might have to have, depending on how old your kid is. You know? But I'm just saying, it is what it is. You know, I mean, what is too much? What is too much to talk about with your kids? Or what is going too far?
I don't think it's no such thing as going. Well, all right, there's an episode of going too far. I would say demonstrating is going too far.
Demonstrate? Oh, well, demonstrate what? How would you demonstrate?
That's what I'm saying. I don't know, but I know if you had to demonstrate, I would say this: if you demonstrating how to put on a condom using other stuff, but you don't want to teach your kid how to put on a condom by putting it on themselves while you're looking at them. That's too far uncomfortable.
That sounds like a little, we getting on the sexual abuse thing.
That's
now you the problem. I don't know. We don't. You don't want to do that.
You don't want to get that comfortable.
No, not that. But I mean, they do have things where, like, let's say that this is the thing, and you could practice on this and show them how to put it on, or whatever, the right way to roll the condom on, etc. You know, so there is other ways to go about doing it.
Yeah, Karen gave some more information, and this is a fact too. Check the expiration on the condom package.
Yes.
They break down when they get old.
Absolutely. And Karen, yes, you made a really good point, because the condom that I gave my son, it was very old, and I had to let him know, like, this is an old condom, it's not gonna work.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? But I just wanted him to get used to seeing it, having it, feeling it, and knowing that it's okay if we seen it, and knowing that it's okay for us to have that conversation, right? We gotta do these things because it's very important. It's very, very important.
Here's another good thing about buying the condoms for your kids, you know, because now you know how much they have in sex, you know, and if
I don't know if that's going to tell I think if kids get horny enough, they're going to probably do it without.
Well, but if they keep coming to you like, hey, I need more condoms, then you know, all right, this conversation, you need to keep having this conversation to make sure they're doing what they're supposed to do.
Right,
you know?
Right, absolutely. Absolutely.
And if they keep coming to you for condoms, that means they're still doing what they're supposed to do.
Mm-hmm. That's true. That is very true. I mean, to a certain extent, I think that kids can still do things behind your back.
Yeah, that's
you know
true.
What I mean?
I'm not saying,
so
but that's what I'm saying. It all
happens.
depends on how much you go out there and buy your child the 80 pack of condoms, and in a few weeks you gotta they ask you for another pack. It's like, all right, now
If they could have gave it to their friends. I don't think ain't nobody hitting it like that.
Yeah, I'm just saying.
It's at an 80. I mean, shit.
Right, yeah, what you doing?
No, I don't know. That sounds a bit too much for me. Ain't nobody doing it like that. Now, let me talk to y'all about another thing. Let's talk about kids who are gay, right? So, how do you talk to your kids about sex when they're gay, and are you uncomfortable? So, I want to ask y'all. Are you? And anybody that ends up hearing this later, you could leave us a comment or say whatever. Let us know if your kid came to you and your child was gay, and you needed to talk to them about sex. How would you approach it? So if you got a son, right? Because guess what? I'm not promoting this, okay, at all. I'm just saying, how do you approach it? Because you still got to teach them how to protect themselves. A lot of times some parents don't even want to deal with their kids if they're gay. I personally disagree with that. I think you should love your kid no matter what the situation is. I don't care. I don't have to say that I agree with the lifestyle, but my kid is still my child. So I'm going to love them unconditionally. And that means you have to accept everything about them. How do you talk to your child if they are gay about sex and protecting themselves?
Same way.
Sweet.
Same way. What would be different? Still got to wear a condom. Right? Still have to do things to make sure you protect yourself.
Yes.
So I mean, I don't know. I don't know how it could be seen as having a totally different conversation. It's just that now you're having a conversation and they're doing it with the same sex.
What's up, Shaki? I meant to call you. I got your bottle of wine, baby girl, on deck. So you just let me know when you need it, okay? Karen said no one had the conversation with me, and I was pregnant at 18. I was straight with my kids. Okay, all right, that's what I'm talking about. Listen, I know there's some people that's pregnant at 12.
Yeah,
13.
I seen it just recently. A guy got a girl pregnant and she was like 11, 12 years old.
Yes, this is, it happens. You know what I mean? I had my daughter. I was 20. Yeah, I think I was 20 years old. And listen, we have kids. Sometimes we don't plan our kids. Things happen. Whatever, but we still try to be the best parents that we can be, and that's why we continue to keep going on and having these conversations right now. I think that back in the day, those type of conversations our parents didn't want to have with us. Yep. They stayed away from that.
I'm not gonna say my mom's had that conversation with me.
She did? At what age?
I was in high school.
Well, yeah, see what I'm saying?
It might have been too late. I think it might have been too late.
Exactly. That's the point. Too late. That's why I'm saying, when is the right time?
But you didn't have the conversation after.
Right. When is the right time? Like, Shaki, I'm gonna act like, when did you ever talk to your kids about sex? And if you did, at what age did you start talking to them about it? Because a lot of times, like, we think that, I told you, I talked to my daughter about sex. How old was she? Oh man, listen, she had to be maybe 10 or 11, and I thought that I was early. And she just recently told me, like, Mom, you was late. I had cousins. She was like, they already told, and they didn't sugarcoat nothing. And I thought I wasn't sugarcoating nothing. And I'm like, oh my God. So they beat me to it, which is kind of good because in a way, not that good. But when I say good, it's like when you have somebody that's relatable, they're going to always feel comfortable with them. And this is why it's important to build a relationship with your kids because, you want them to come to you and talk about sex, but most likely they're not. I mean, who's really
right? But you got to be careful.
Be
just because somebody's relatable, don't mean they're going to teach them the right way. That's
Absolutely.
where you have to be careful.
Absolutely.
Shaki said she started it in the 5th grade, and since I had my son at 16.
Okay, it started in the 5th grade since I had my son at 16. Okay, now Shaki, did your parents talk to you about sex at an early age, or was it late? Was you already like having sex before you had that conversation, or was it ever a conversation? What did Karen say? Yeah, same way. What did she say about the doctor?
She said same way, or have their doctor tell them about AIDS and anus cancer, and etc.
Right. Oh, that must be for the kids who are gay, right? Mm-hmm. Having a conversation with your kids, and let me back this up, because we're talking about guys who are gay, but females are gay too, and we can't act like that. having sex. They're still touching. There's still ways, you know what I mean? If you're using certain toys and putting them inside the person, I'm just saying, look, we adults talking, but we got to talk to our kids, right? But these are the things that you got to talk about because they might be uncomfortable, but this shit is happening. It's happening. And it's going to happen behind our backs. So when it is happening, how the hell do we make sure our kids is good? How do we make sure our kids is straight and protecting themselves? And that's why we're talking about this right now, because I think it's extremely important. Again, and going back to molestation, how do you educate your kids on what is proper touching. Touching and stuff like that. Because not only talking about families and other things, but we could talk about pastors, in the church. Yeah, a lot of times predators, they pay attention to parents who don't watch their kids that much. They pay attention to the parent that's everywhere and that'll leave their damn kids with anybody and trust any damn body. Nah, I ain't doing that. I ain't trusting no damn body.
I think Shaki, when she was talking about, she mentioned how they didn't. I think they didn't address it. I guess that's what she was talking about. Her parents.
Oh, they didn't address it, right? And that's what I'm saying. Like, I'm trying to think here. I don't remember having a conversation with my parents about sex either. I can't really remember. I'm not saying that they didn't. I'm just saying that I don't remember. Everything I learned that. Well, when I first started learning about sex, I seen it through the peephole. Read my book, y'all know all about it. That's when I started seeing, oh, wait, what is that noise? It sounds like somebody's getting beat up in there. Let me see what the hell's going on. And they're going, oh, shit. But that's a whole nother story, I'm just saying. And, look, that's why I don't be mad at people that watch pornos. I'm just saying. And since we're talking about pornos, let's talk. Do your kids watch pornos? And are your kids masturbating yet?
It's a possibility. This shit is on the internet for free now. Somebody watching it.
Somebody. He is. You watching that shit? You watching that shit? Look at him. Look him in the eyes and tell the truth. Do you watch porno or not? He lying his ass off. I know you watch it.
Who doesn't?
So then why'd you just say no?
I'm lying.
See what I'm saying? Yo.
Who doesn't?
Okay.
It's on the internet. It's free. I'm not paying for it.
Do you get upset if your kids masturbating? If they at what age is normal?
You get upset?
I don't know. Some
you know what? There's some church people that get upset with that.
Yeah, they might think that you're oh my God, you're breaking, you're going to hell or whatever. But that's why if those feelings are starting to happen, what the heck are they going to do when it's time for them to really, put that in action with another person? So if they starting to feel like, I'm feeling this way and I'm horny now and I see girls and boys doing this and my friends is talking about it. You got video games where they having sex on the video games, okay? And everybody's playing video games. So my thing is, if you ain't talked to your kids about sex yet, then Grand Theft Auto sure will when the prostitute walks in the room and bend her over on the pool table and start banging her out.
I didn't see that in Grand Theft Auto.
That's why I could see them walking and all that shit. That's why I'm like, this PS5, this PS5 is going to be like watching the real porno, y'all. I'm trying to tell you. I'm trying to figure out like, this shit's about to get crazy. It's about to get crazy. So we better start having these conversations. I'm trying to tell you right now because it's about to go down. Now, like it's already been going down, but it's about to go down even more, okay? Al Mosley.
Yeah, he said, I got a daughter and a few guns. I'm with you, Al. Never let the boyfriends get too comfortable when they come around.
Big shout to the #1 draft pick. That's what I'm talking about. Yes, Al Mosley. That's the clothing line. Make sure y'all go check that out.
Yep.
#1 draft pick. They got everything on deck. If you got the website, Al Mosley, put your website up in here. Yes. So, listen, let's go to a quick little commercial, and then we're gonna come back and we're gonna talk about walking in on your kids when they having sex. We're gonna talk about birth control and a couple of other things. So, let's do yours first. If yours is on deck.
No, yours is on our deck.
Okay, so anyway, let me just introduce to you guys and I want to put this reminder out there that I do different type of workshop classes and I do community classes. If you are unfamiliar with something called self-direction, I provide services for people who receive self-direction. And I also do credit repair. All right. So that is another business that I also have where I help fix people credit. And I do credit coaching, credit counseling, and I help repair and boost your credit score. But in the meantime, I have a small little commercial that I want to play for y'all. And this is my business, Pete's Mentoring. If you're interested or know anyone that is, make sure you call the number or check out the website.
Real quick, though, when you say the credit repair, we have to let people know it's not that cheap credit repair. You see people marketing real quick and saying, hey, I can make your credit score go up for a few months. Just so you can get a car. This is teaching people real credit repair, permanent.
Yes, permanent, but I can do that too. So that's not true.
Yeah. Well,
I can.
I'm saying, right, well,
I can do
right,
both.
I
can do both.
Right.
Absolutely. I surely can.
Okay.
All right, let's get into it.
Are you looking to learn exciting new skills, attend independent life classes, learn creative arts, and so much more? Are you part of the self-direction community or just someone who wants to learn and do new and fun things? Well, your search ends here. Peace Mentoring LLC offers a wide range of services for all individuals. We believe in changing lives through teachable approaches and foster active learning. We understand how important it is for you to reach your full potential in life. Contact us now to get started with your self-direction services at 888-213-5123 or visit our website at www.peacementoringllc.com. Peace Mentoring, where we come together to empower you and prepare for life learning.
Yes. So make sure you guys, if you are interested in that, you can go to the website and see all of the services that is available to you if you need them. If you know anyone that is in any type of juvenile detention centers and stuff, there is also education available for them. And if you are someone who wants to advertise your business or whatever you do, your music, your business, your clothing line, your book, whatever shows you have, you can advertise with us. There is a small fee for that, but you can advertise with us, and it will be here on Facebook, it will be on YouTube, it will be on Grind City TV Network, on the Roku channel, but it will also be on Apple, Spotify, iHeartRadio, TuneIn, Pandora, and what's the other one? I always forget. I got to make sure I get the other ones, but yes. So it will on a lot of different places for a lot of different people. So if you're interested in that, make sure you guys contact us. You can actually email me, and that's LadyMizMusic@gmail.com, or you can hit me on any one of my social medias.
Yeah. I'm laughing at Karen because she's saying that someone is spamming us, and I want to tell her, we made it.
Listen, so I don't know who that is that's spamming, but I ain't nobody giving away that much money like that. Like, y'all got to stop trying to, get these people and stuff.
Luckily for us, our audience is not that dumb.
Yo, hold on. Yo, for anybody that's coming on here trying to spam our people and our audience,
get your motherfucking ass off my damn page. Plain and damn simple.
Okay, we ain't trying to hear that shit. Don't be coming over here with that bullshit, all right? We ain't trying to hear it. That's all I'm saying. Oh, man, see? And that's what I'm saying. This was muted, so we got to figure out. Thank you very much. We will get that under control. The commercial had echoes. Why is the commercial having echoes? It's something that I thought we figured that out, but we have not yet. So, what is that, King Charlie? I don't want
no free Cash App money.
Yo, I take that Cash App money all day. Yo, you don't even understand.
Nah, I don't know, because I think those are scams. That once you get your information, I understood at one point they was able to get in your Cash App and take all your money out your bank.
Absolutely, they sure the hell was. Mm-hmm.
So I don't. Who walking around here going, I'm gonna give out $3,000 to everybody on the internet.
I don't know about that, but I know one thing: we are going to be having games on our show from the ground up, where we will be giving away free advertisement if you want to advertise with us, so you can have a chance to win that, but you have to win it and participate in the game. So if anybody's interested, the game will be, you have to know a certain line that goes to something, and we're gonna be it's fun because we're gonna be it's gonna be you ain't black enough. So don't worry, if you ain't black, it don't matter. Because listen, we be trading them off all day anyway. Just like what's her name? What's Dame Dash, Stacey Dash, we traded some of them. But what we do is we play a game, or we say a line from, it could be a movie, a song, whatever. And if you finish it and you win, you could get your free advertisement on our show. All right. And we will be giving away some goodies too. You might have a chance to win some t-shirts,
some money for your cash.
Some money for your cash. No, we might be giving away some money from time to time. It all depends. You know what I'm saying? Right now, we got to build up, but you got to get it right. You got to win it. We ain't just giving it away. You know what I mean? So,
King Charlie Prince said he got game recognized game, and then Al Mosley said he got a t-shirt that has that. Game recognized game.
That's what I'm talking about. Listen, it is what it is, y'all. So, let's get into this next question. I want to know, and I'm asking you, Ray, because and you guys out there that's checking in. What would you do if you walked in on your kids having sex? What would you do if you walked in on your kids having sex? Would you walk out? Would you yell? Would you kick them out? Would you make sure that what would you say? Like, yo, are you good? You protecting yourself? What would you do?
First, if I walked in, it's not going to continue. But I would be happy that he's in a place where he's safe. Where he's just not anywhere, But it wouldn't continue. If I walked in, it's going, y'all better get dressed because we need to have a conversation about this.
So what are you going to say? So then let me ask you this. You say, it sounds like you're mad. We need to have a conversation about this. No. But then you talked to him about sex and gave him condoms.
Right.
So is it safe to talk to them and let them have sex in your house? Or do you not want them having sex in your house?
That's a complicated issue there because I'm a little old fashioned with that,
See, this is why we contradict. We got to get this right.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, well, to me,
mm-hmm.
I think if you're going to have sex in the house, you need to be doing it in your own house. And that's another thing about having kids having sex early because they don't understand.
So let's check this. Let's backtrack here. You said for kids to have sex in their own house, right? But you talk to them about sex.
Yeah, because
you give them condoms, and then you say, "I'm gonna be happy that they're here in a safe place." But then you tell them they can't do it
no more. Yeah,
what the hell are they supposed to do?
Because
do y'all got the answer? Because I don't got the answer either.
Yeah. As I'm saying, it's a confusing situation because I know, unfortunately, it's what kids run around. She threw you both.
Yo, King Charlie Prince, your mom kicked you out. You was having sex.
She walked in on him.
Oh, she walked in, and you got kicked out too. You see?
Yeah. See,
but the problem is we're not solving a problem here, right? Because you're just gonna go somewhere and still beat it up. You know what I'm saying? You're just gonna go somewhere and still knocking the boots. So how do we deal with something like that?
Yeah, Al Mosley. I love this show. Good night. I gotta go lock my daughter's door.
Yo, it's the truth though. Pass me the remote. Oh, shades of that. Yeah. So listen, y'all. At the end of the day, oh, I got this middle. What he say? Go ahead, read those comments real quick. I can't take it.
Karen said, in my house, hell no, I'm getting my 12 gauge. And King Charlie Prince said, I had no place to go. And yeah, that may
he said I had no place. I'm gonna do it here, man. Where else am I supposed to get it?
Yeah, that's where the difficulty comes in because, like I said, I'm old school, so it's like I don't want to. If I'm not home, I might not be as angry. But if I'm in the house, you gotta chill, yo.
Listen, I mean, no, I'm gonna keep it real. You young, and when you are having sex, it don't matter where the hell it's at. As long as you getting it, you gonna get it. You understand?
I know. I got
it too.
I got many.
Like, you think
I got many punishments. I ain't give a damn. I'm gonna get back.
Let me stop, y'all. Listen. Let me stop. But look, we all got it, right? You know what I'm saying? Like it is what it is.
King Charlie said he had to make his way up back home.
But begging like, "Ma, please, what? I ain't gonna do it again, or you gonna do it somewhere else?" You know what I'm saying? But people are just gonna find the place where it's the best opportunity for them to do it and not get caught. So, are you going to say it's okay for your kid to have sex in your house? Right?
I prefer not to know. Don't let me find out, because, like I said, I don't want to be in the house. you know.
Jay Smooth, what's poppin'? 313 in the building. I see you, Jay Smooth. Woo, that's what I'm talking about. Yes. Haven't seen you in a minute. Thanks for coming, checking in with us. So listen, we talking about kids and if you know the safe time to talk to them about sex. Right now, we are discussing what we talk about, having these conversations. We talk about making sure they know safety and how to protect themselves. We talk about making sure that they understand how to use the condom and all of that. But then we turn around and say, well, shit, you can't do it in my house. So then where they going to do it at?
That's why we need to have this conversation. I need some answers.
He need answers. I don't know. I don't know. I don't want my kids out and everywhere and about. This is a hard one, y'all. Yeah. I don't know. I'm gonna keep it real with y'all. I think the way that I'm feeling right now, I wouldn't want to know or hear it. But I mean, let me leave. Like, wait till me to go out.
No, not let me leave. But yeah, wait till I'm home.
Wait till no, don't tell me to leave. I'm not saying like, oh, Ma, get out so I could, beat the guts out. You know what I'm saying? Look, let me stop using these terms. Ma, let me get my groove on, or whatever. But no, I still would like at least, wait until I'm going to the store or something and get it in. I don't know, y'all. It's a difficult situation, but I guess this is one of them. This is the one question where I don't have the answer. I don't know if you got. I don't know if y'all got.
I told you, my answer is it's just if you're going to do it in the house, I can't be there. If I walked in on you, you made a mistake.
Yo,
you didn't plan that right. Yo, that's piss poor planted.
I don't know. Well, what did Karen say? Backseat of my Jeep, let's swing an episode. Backseat of my Jeep, let's swing in that. What? That's what a lot of times it was popping off. That's where it was popping off at. Now let's talk about this really quick. Let's talk about birth control. So we talked about kids understanding sex, understanding diseases, knowing the difference between all the different diseases, how to protect themselves, the proper way to use a condom, inappropriate touching, right? And masturbating. If your child was gay, the proper way to have that conversation. And do you feel comfortable having that conversation with your kid because they're gay? You got to know how to actually talk to them as well, too, because they're still people and it's still a sexual act. It might not be an act that you like, but it's still a sexual act, right? So we still got to be able to have these conversations and be understanding so that we teach our kids how to protect themselves the proper way. We're going to get into birth control, but let's see what everybody got to say.
First, let me Reese, I had my son. I still had to sleep separate until we got married. His mom's rules, but
wow, yo, I don't blame her though, for real.
King Charlie Prince. Like shit, I heard my mom's with her man. I was pissed. And then he had the nerve to say good morning to me.
Wait, laughing. I don't even know what's going on, man. Yo, I think, that's got to be the most uncomfortable situation to hear your mom having sex, which I have too. I'm sorry, Mom, if you checked in and seen this, but I heard you, okay? And listen, hear your mom's having sex. Yo, King Charlie Prince. Oh my God, that is funny. He said, I heard my mom with her man, and I was pissed. I don't black because you get angry, like, yo, you know what I'm saying? I understand, but I guess you get more angry, I think, if you're a boy. I don't know if girls care if they hear their mom have, like, I don't remember caring. You know what I mean? Like, it was like, okay, they probably didn't know I heard, but, kids, we hear everything. We nosy. We go in.
I guess I was lucky because I didn't hear it. Also, with the way my mom's apartment was set up, my room was way in the back of the house anyway. So,
well, listen, we lived in a house in Philly. You know what I'm saying? So, I don't know. You know, I heard my mom's friend. It's in my book. The lady that used to live with us. I used to always hear them and see them having. When I say see, let me rephrase that. Okay, I told y'all I was young. I was peeping through the peephole.
So you was being nosy.
Yeah, but I wanted to see what was going on. And, you know, I was like, what is that? You know what I'm saying? I was young. But I was like, ooh, that looks fun. That's what I'm saying. Y'all better talk to your kids. You know what I'm saying? You better talk to your kids. Let's talk about this birth control, y'all. Let's talk about birth control. One, we got to be careful with these things that they're giving people because it does affect your system and your body. But how do you talk to your daughters about being on birth control? Are you okay with that? Are you against it? Would you rather them just use condoms? Because again, birth control is one thing, but it doesn't protect you against diseases, right? So people act like these conversations are conversations that we shouldn't be having anymore. And we still got to have them because people are being born and generations are changing. And just don't let social media and Cardi B and music and everybody else teach your kids. I always throw Cardi B in there. No shade towards her. I like Cardi B actually. But I'm not saying I support everything she do, but I like her as an artist. But what I'm saying is we can't allow entertainment and television to teach our kids, right? So how are you and what are you going to do to teach them? So my thing is the birth control. If you talk to your kids about birth control, are you telling them that, yo, it's not going to protect you against the STD. It's not going to protect you against gonorrhea, crabs, and herpes, and HPV, and syphilis, trichomoniasis, whatever that is, crabs and stuff. Are you,
a condom ain't going to protect you from that anyway.
Right, and that's the thing.
Yeah,
that's the thing. The condom won't protect you against that either. So, but it's still something to discuss.
Well, I'm gonna say it like this. I would say it all depends. You know, like any conversation you have with your kids, you got to also make sure they're understanding the person that they having sex with also can't be having sex with a lot of people. You know, because that's another issue. You know, if we don't teach them that also, because that's another way that diseases spread. You know, if they got to make sure that the person if they're gonna do it with somebody, it has to be. It can't be somebody that's just running around. You know, you would have to know. You would have to know your child. If your child can't be that type of child that's having sex with everybody, because if she is, birth control ain't gonna work. Then she has to have a condom. You know, and she has to bring her own. And she can't let guys talk into, oh well, you on birth control, we can do it without the condom.
That's a good one. That's a good one. Being on birth control and then telling you, oh, no, you ain't got to worry about it. No, you still got to worry.
Well, because girls say that to guys, too. Girls will lie and tell a guy they on birth control. Like, hey, I'm on birth control. You don't need that.
Yeah, that ain't cool, y'all. That ain't cool. Definitely not. Get your commercial ready. Let me read this. King Charlie Prince said, I was sneaking in the kitchen to get some food, and that's when I heard him. This must have really traumatized you, because you remember that shit like it was yesterday. I see. But you got to remember, how'd you get here, King Charlie Prince? Your mom had to do something for you to get here. Our mothers and fathers are human beings that have sex just like we are too. So we can't sit there and act like they ain't supposed to do it. You know what I'm saying?
I don't even want that. I don't want that in my head.
He said it.
I agree with King Charlie Prince. You don't want that in your head.
Oh my goodness, Lord help me, Jesus. It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, I wouldn't want it in my head either. But I don't know. I guess it wasn't no big deal to me. You know, like I started watching pornos at a young age.
and then you questioned me watching.
I did not question you. I did not question you. I'm gonna keep it all the way real. I started watching pornos. I don't see nothing wrong with watching pornos. I'm just keeping it real. I mean, like, why don't you watch them? Y'all don't act like you don't be on Pornhub. Is it Pornhub? What's the other one? Isn't there another one? I forgot.
I think now it is. I think the biggest thing now was OnlyFans. Now everybody just doing it themselves. I seen a thing now that was saying, "Hey, stop supporting big businesses like Pornhub and go to the small businesses like OnlyFans.
Support small businesses, fans only. They getting it popping over there."
I was like, oh shit,
Yo.
OnlyFans now is a small business.
Yo, I ain't gonna lie. I said I want an OnlyFans, but I ain't gonna be doing nothing crazy. But shit, who knows? People got foot fetishes. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I could be showing my feet. You know, like who? Like, I hear people getting paid off of that, y'all. People getting paid off of showing their damn feet. You got here,
Yo, King Charlie Francis, you got me over here. He said he glad she wasn't screaming his name.
Oh my god!
I'm about to pass out.
Oh Lord, I'm glad. I'm so glad too. She wasn't screaming his name. Man, I don't know. I can't even comment on that King Charlie Fritz because I don't want to say the wrong thing. Like, but I'm, you know, he wasn't probably putting it down like that. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? So, yo,
Karen got a good point over here too.
Okay,
She
let's
said,
hear Karen's
if you're
point.
taking birth control and then need to take an antibiotic, the antibiotic can lessen the effect of the birth control and get you pregnant.
Ooh, yes. You know what?
I didn't know that.
I did hear about that a
Wow,
while
that's
back
wild.
because I was taking birth control at one point. I didn't take it long. I couldn't never remember. I was always missing days. I always had to double up. I said this shit ain't for me. But and I'm just speaking from my point of view. But yeah. I did hear about that, and that's a really good point, Karen, that you taking antibiotics and it can lessen the effect and you can still end up getting pregnant. So you have to be careful with that. You have to be very, very, very careful. That's a very good point that she made. Let's get into your commercial. Talk a little bit about it.
Okay, this commercial here, I got a moving company. It's right now in the process of getting started. I just need New York to let me get busy, find out whatever their regulations are, and I'll be up and moving.
But
Hopefully in a few weeks.
you have your Department of Transportation
I got a
number and
DOT
license
number, your
and
license,
everything.
everything, yeah.
So you're ready to go and you're ready to provide services.
And it'll
to
be
people.
insured. Your stuff will be insured and protected.
Right. So if you're moving, if you got to move, if a crisis come and you need to move, because there's a lot of things going on with a lot of people.
Mm-hmm.
If you're in the tri-state area or other areas, you could definitely check out this business. It is a very resourceful business, I should say.
Yeah.
And
All hands on. Make sure
Yes.
that everything is taken in. Take care of your stuff. I'll take care of your stuff like it's my own. Nothing will get broke.
absolutely. So let's get into that commercial.
Do you need to move and don't want the hassle or stress of doing it yourself? I'm sure you already have enough to worry about. Moving can be stressful and time-consuming, especially when you have many other things you need to handle. Well, let us take your stress and anxiety away. Smooth Move is a veteran-owned company, and we create a stress-free experience with personalized service for every type of move. We also specialize in serving the vulnerable population. So what are you waiting for? Contact us now at 845-800-9095 or visit our website at www.smoothmove-llc.com to get your free quote and let us get you moving on the right track. Smooth Move, a company you can trust.
Yes. So that was,
And we had the echo.
we did have the echo. Okay, we have got to figure out what is going on
Yeah,
there with that. And thank you guys so much for letting us know. We really appreciate that. That's the only way we're going to know is if you guys tell us, because sometimes we can't hear.
It sounds normal to us.
Yeah, it doesn't play the echo to us. So we got to figure out where that echo's coming from. But anyway, guys, so I just want to thank y'all for tuning in. We're going to wrap it up. We're trying to keep these shows to an hour, and we are already 2 minutes over. So I hope that some information was helpful, but I also like to bring, some good laughs while we're talking about it, because it's important to get the laughter off as well. But I just want to end it with saying, listen, we have all this stuff going on. We have the coronavirus and all these things happening, but we still have to remember that we need to talk to our kids about other things that could be affecting us, affecting our health. And we need to make sure that we know that it's more than just the coronavirus out here. It's also other diseases. When you got kids and they don't understand, and you're letting social media and you're letting TV and music and all of this stuff teach your kids, they might not be learning the proper ways. So please get comfortable with talking to your kids about sex and knowing that as soon as they're able to understand their body parts and other things, that is important for you to step in as a parent and start to talk to them about about what is right and what is wrong, who
Yep.
should be touching you and who should not be. Well, matter of fact, nobody should be touching you, really, but touching you inappropriately, feeling comfortable to come to you and tell you, because this is why a lot of kids get molested and don't say anything. Letting them understand the proper way on how to put on the condom, understanding all the different type of diseases, being an understanding parent when your kid is going through puberty and there might be masturbation happening, being comfortable with talking to your kids about sex, even if they are gay. That should not be a reason for you to stay away from having that conversation. There are people too doing regular things like regular people, and they need to talk. You need to talk to them about this so that they protect themselves about it. What are you going to do? If you are a parent that walking on your kids having sex, are you going to kick them out, or are you going to tell them it's inappropriate? Because if you are, then you have to now understand, how do you have that conversation with your kids about sex and protecting yourself, but then say, not in my house, right? So in birth control is important too, to also understand that. So I want to thank you guys again for tuning in. You have any final words?
Yeah, I would say the most important thing about having this conversation with your kid is being comfortable. Get to your kids before they friends do.
Absolutely.
Is making sure. And this is the time where I say, you have the choice of being your kid's parent and their friend. And this is the time where you have to be both. You have to be a parent and able to understand and like a friend.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Thank you, Ma. Big shout out to Gloria Stewart on the check-in as my mom. Mom, I'm so sorry. Did you hear me talk about what I heard?
Oh, boy.
King Charlie Prince started it. Blame him, okay? The roof is on fire. So, no, anyway,
Thank
like
you,
I
Shaki.
said, thank you so much, you guys, for tuning in. And remember
King
that
Charlie Prince.
Yes, all of you guys. Remember, this show will be on Grind City TV Network, and it will also be on Apple, Spotify, iHeartRadio, TuneIn, Pandora, and another one that I can't think of right
Deezer.
now. So, yes, we're going to get out of here. Thank you guys for tuning in, and we will see y'all next week.
From the ground up. From the ground. There's only one way to go from here.